Oh, there's one. Go on, have it. Yeah, got one. Yeah, reasonable fish too. Not a big. Just bitten the head off there a bit because it's been taking a bit of an hammering. Cool. Oh, there's one. Go on, have it. Yeah, got one. I'm going to put it a bit. There we go. We're into the. Not a huge fish. Nice green fish though, but oh, sugar. Mess that up. So I'm here with Mike from Lure Fishing for Wrasse today, and he said conditions look perfect when he phoned me up. I think he's spot on because he's getting a few bites. It's a beautiful greenie there, not a big fish, only a pound and a half, something like that. But he pulled. Oh, lovely little fish. They don't have pull for the size, these fish. Let's do a little release shot. Hopefully we'll see him swim away. He stopped splashing. There he goes, straight out. Right, we reversed the bait because the end where the hook keeper section is, as I call it, or the bait keeper section, has been pulled on a bit and split. So all I've done is turned it around the other side, so I'm realising some of the other plastic, what was on the top is now down below. So we've got a recess at the top now, which is just does the same thing as a belly slot. It doesn't matter, it just makes, it allows you to get more baits per fish, because the wrasse are hitting the hell out of these, and they're toothy critters. Any bait you're going to use, they're going to chew up. Alright, come back for a date with the wrasse that were beating me up the other day because I had the shit braid. So I'll come back and have a go at them from a different angle as well. Already had some wrasse. Had a wrasse today, so I know they're biting at another spot. But I want some of these bigger fish that I was contacting the other day. I'm trying to fish a different angle for them. It's different tides, but it should work anyway. Clarity's wonderful. Hopefully the filming is good. The rain stopped briefly. Going across the rough stuff now, which is where I'd expect these fish to be. No bites so far, which is a bit worrying. Thought I would though. It's going to be hook and hold here. Yeah, I'm filming. There'll be no room for messing around if I hook one. It's up and out. It's extremely rough ground here. Got the Casking Super Power on today. Got some in £20 on the Shimano Stratic 4000 XGFL. Oh, there's a fish right at my feet. Yeah, reasonable fish too. Not a big fish, but put a bend at this distance in my gear. Let's get the filming good, because my filming's been a bit awry of late. Oh, we're going to net him if I can get the net. Alright, got his head up. Let's net him. There. Alright, so a nice little wrasse. Let's find a rock pool, like we always do. Lovely rock pool here. Somewhere we can look after the gear and look after the fish. Fish being priority. Right, hopefully We can film this. I'm having to do it one-handed because my GoPro's coming off, which is darn typical. Right, that's better. Just in the lips. Literally had it as I was lifting the bait. Launched himself at it. Oh. Let's put him back. Not a big fish, but you know, same size as the other one we've had today, which you'll see in a bit. Let's get a nice little release shot here. Get some more of the net out. You can't see this beautiful creature swimming away. There we go. So it's all good. What I want is one of the bigger wrasse that I know live around here. And I just don't seem to be able to catch this year. I'm either hooking them and losing them, or I don't know. Just like that sometimes. Never. Already today I've lost a couple of wrasse. Just come off. I think my timing's not quite bang on. They're definitely wanting slightly longer pauses this time. No, only I'd say, you know, I might be waiting 3 seconds before, now I'm waiting 4. I'm missing fish. I'm lifting into fish. That fish there I lifted into, it was lucky I hooked it on the outside of the lips. He hadn't fully got it in his mouth yet. So there's a tip for you. Although the fish are very active, they're very wanting to bite, they want to think about it a little bit longer. Which, as things get colder, is what happens. Of course, as the temperatures drop, the fish think they've got to feed up a bit more, and that's when you can really have some fun and catch some bigger fish. The bigger fish come inshore as well. I notice there's a lot more life in the rock pools in October, and with gobies and things like that, and I think the wrasse feeding on those things, and I think that little black lure we're showing them, although maybe I think it looks like a lugworm, it's actually looking like a sort of goby size bait as well. It's representing a few things. Surprised we haven't had more bites. So it's there, fishing over that. Which means we're going to have to risk it a bit more over this area here to my left. Oh, there's a bite right down here again. Yeah, got one. Look at that. Another one from pretty much the same spot as the other ones. There's obviously a little nest of wrasse there. Let's keep his head up. He's only little, but we're gonna net him anyway. So we're catching. We're not catching big fish, but we're catching. And they pull. That little fish pulled a bit, didn't it? So let's film. Make sure we're doing all this well. So unhooking wrasse, you've got to watch out for the odd spike on them. I normally just grab the hooked line, grab them by their bellies here behind the fins. You can see the big paddle fins. You can see the big fins here. See the big tail. This is how they fight so hard. There's a lice on that one actually. But yeah, that fish is about half a pound, 3/4 of a pound maybe, 3/4 of a pound maybe. And they're just solid fighting animals. There are spikes here. They're not particularly sharp. Obviously the gill plate will be a little sharp, so there's not too many places other than their mouth where you can see his teeth. Let's put him back. That's why we have them over rock pools, where you can get spiked too badly. If you grab them by the belly like I just did, that's your best option, I think. Right, and let's see the little, they always dive for the bottom of the net. As he did, straight down under a ledge somewhere where they're happy. So that was down there at our feet again. I'll show you the bait. There, it's a Rooney's Ned in the black. At the moment, this is slaying the wrasse for me. This black one. I will try the others because it's got a few fish around. Have caught on the rhubarb and custard already. But yeah, I won't change this at the minute, it's working. But you can see wrasse, they bite. They are going to bite and they're going to shred your lures. The only lures they don't do that to are the Z-Man. Obviously they're fairly expensive, but great lures. But Z-Man don't do something exactly like this. I do the TRDs, which have a blunt tail, whereas I like this tapered tail, and I like this red and green glitter and silver glitter. It just, to me, of all the lures I've used, this looks like a lugworm, and wrasse love lugworm. It's something they find naturally. So we're just, it's an overhead cast, but I should have flipped, I suppose. Get the net somewhere where I can grab it hold. Right, so we're just pitching around where we just had that fish. Usually wrasse are in, it's not good, are in small groups, and there's normally some smaller fish with a larger fish. And my thinking is, or hope is, that we haven't had the larger fish yet. We pulled 2 of the smaller fish out, which tend to be more aggressive. Oh, there's a fish. That feels better fish. That range, it's a bit tough, it's so huge, but it's so pretty. No, it's not a big fish, but shows you how they pull. It's about the same stamp as what we've had already. Just a different. See that? So we moved, we caught. Right, let's put the little fella down there. Nice little filming on him. Alright, grab him by the belly. Careful with him. Down here. Grab him by the belly. Oh, work here, okay. Oh, I just got a wet ass for me. There. One wrasse, about a pound or so. Come back in the net. Get it right. Oh, Jesus. Stumbling all over the place here. Hey, give me a wet ass, that fish. Right, we've got a nice little spot here for a release. Oh, if I can stand still. Alright. There we go, you can see him there. I mean, he's fine in there. He's going to hug the lip. The tide's coming in, and he'll swim back out in a minute. If he turns right around, he'll go back out to sea. Or he'll go down through there, sit in there until the tide comes in. He's all right there. Oh, Black Ned did it again. Oh, that pulled, didn't it? There's only a little fish. Guide this fish out. If you see there, he's swimming out. Yes, mate, you got it now. That's the way. Keep going. Keep going. Interesting footage there. He's only gone halfway out, but if we... Yeah, he's got the idea now. He's fine. So the battered old Ned did it again. No big fish yet, though. I think we're catching a lot of smaller fish because we're using a smaller bait. But we are hooking some big fish. I lost a bigger fish earlier today and lost a couple the other day. So I don't mind catching the smaller fish. I like catching fish. But if I've got a bait that can do both, even better. I miss a lot of fish on the pintails, a lot of smaller fish, I think. What's that a bait there? Just because they are a bigger bait. Alright, we're well up high now. Fish different area. Work along and fish in the gullies here. Be able to see her ass if one goes along. Let's bite. No, missed him. Didn't feel big. I wasn't really tuned in there then. Bite straight away again. Not from a big fish, I don't think. I think I'll stand. There's one. He pretty much took himself, that one. There we go. He's a little bit bigger. Not a tacker. Can you see him down there? Right, don't want to be lifting it up by the rod from this height. That does them no good. We haven't got a rock pull here, so we'll put it down. Oh, wee little fella. I thought you were a lot bigger than that when you hit that bait, mate. Right, we're not going to drop him down, we're going to lower him down in the net. There you go, beautiful little thing. Not that I really after, but this is where your net comes in very handy. There it goes. Put a crawl on to try and attract the bigger stamp of fish. Sometimes that works. The stick baits work great, smaller ones, but sometimes big fish don't want that. They want something like a crawl, and that can pull you out a good fish on days when someone else might not be working. But we'll try it for a few casts, then we'll go back to a stick bait. So drags or lifts with this crawl. It's a swimming crawl. It's a misty, damp day. Hopefully the footage won't be too bad. I've had a few wrasse, but nothing of any size, so hence the crawl going on. Try and get someone a little bit bigger to bite. Slightly different angle, and we're changing baits. Just so. You notice I'm keeping the rod down a bit with this crawl because it's easy to lift it up too far to get the flappers going because you're dragging. So I tend to, if I can, the ground allows me to keep the rod tip down. It's one of the only. There's a bite. Yeah, got one. Feels a good fish. Let's keep his head up. Oh, it's come off! I don't believe it. How many fish am I going to lose today? Best fish of the day, and it's come off. Sorry about that, viewers. I'm just having a time of it. I cannot work it out. I've got sharp hooks, good baits. Sometimes that was a good fish. Yeah, that hook sharp. I kept a tight line on it. Why am I coming off? Oh well, you'll see that. And me cursing, I don't believe that. I had the fish to make the video. There it is. So these crawl baits, they work. Yeah, just I'm gonna have a look at that one today then. That was a nice fish. I didn't do anything wrong. I don't mind if they get their head in the weed and I lose them like that. It's kind of, they've won the battle. But when I've got them up and they just come off, it's like, why?